Hey guys, how's it going? Ron, Don, and Jan here, talking about A Dying Machine, Tremonti's fourth studio record.
And his best.
And his, well...
Okay.
Well, we'll see.
We did a reaction video listening through this together for the first time, so if you want to check that out, you should.
If you can.
Link,
if you can.
Yeah. if you live in Canada, you cannot. I'm sorry.
In
sorry
249 other countries.
Also, we did a review of the single track, A Dying Machine.
Yes.
Link down below for that, too. How about some background on this record?
Well, it's his fourth album. It's his first ever concept album that he's really focused on. He's releasing a book with the whole concept detailed out. He got some famous writer that he knew to help him put the story together.
Yeah.
And it's a really interesting concept, and every song fits well with it.
Well, we'll have to see what the whole concept is when the book is released.
But yeah, let's just dive into it. Bringer of War.
This track, dude, this was a kicker.
Yeah.
Like, when it was released as a single, this was obviously unlike anything we've heard before from Tremonti.
Yep. Oh, this song is... Everything about this song is perfect. The solo, it gives me chills every time because it's just... He's never done anything like that before. The riff is just super, super creative. Lyric-wise, he's talking about this vessel, right?
Yeah, that's
the main villain.
The main villain,
in this story. So it's a really great start to this album.
Yeah, third single released. Definitely caught me off guard when I listened to it for the first time. Said, "Who's this?"
Yeah, right.
And the riff, I think, is the most wild thing.
Oh yeah,
one of the most wild riffs he's ever created.
If you give it a listen, you'll understand.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is a super good song. Can't recommend this enough. I mean, even if you're new to Tremonti, this song will kick your ass.
Yeah.
It is awesome. But I'd say the other thing to note about this song is that it sounds different. And this is really all that I wanted with this album for me personally. I wanted something different after Caught Our Eyes in Dust. He fell into a formula, as we said in the past, and he's breaking it with this album.
Definitely.
And this song really shows.
Yep.
Then we move on to From the Sky, which...
has big similarities to another song, yes, but it's not the same song.
No, not the same song, but the main riff sounds...
very much
eerily similar to My Last Mistake from Dust.
Yep.
But it's still a banger.
It is.
And
It's
even though you get the woes and ohs for the whole chorus, it's so good.
While it is a good song, for me it does come with some issues. That riff, very similar. No, it's... Look, if they're... Look... people... Okay, you guys get this sick idea that I hate woes and
This
ohs.
sick idea.
I hate woes and ohs when they get lazy. And with this, to me, it's the entire chorus, and he does it so much. And it just drags it down a little bit for me. But what saves this song, ultimately for me, is the solo and the bridge. Yeah. The bridge is something completely different, like we've never heard before, and I love that stuff. But good song, just comes with a few issues for me, but it doesn't make it a bad song. It's a good song.
Yeah, pretty much what Brandon said. That I love how it starts off, but then it goes into that My Last Mistake riff, and you can pretty much put the lyrics from My Last Mistake into the verse. Which I mean,
how is that a problem though?
It's not a big problem. I mean,
right.
it just sounds similar, and it's funny to me.
It's stand out.
Yeah.
It stands out.
It's a standout track. Good track.
It's not a standout track.
I don't know. I just felt like the chorus was just a little bit lazy with the writing. I don't know what he's accomplishing with woes and ohs and the storytelling.
Yeah.
But
don't you know the vessels break out in a musical number and go, whoa!
They're all falling.
Yeah.
Or something.
Whoa!
Moving on to first single, A Dying Machine. Nothing has changed from what I originally said. I think this song establishes a new sound for Tremonti. It changes up really a lot of things that he's done. It's over 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's the only song over 6 minutes on the album.
Really good track.
Yeah, it really sets the tone as for the singles coming out. It kind of really set a great tone for what people were expecting, what we were expecting, It was a really good, powerful comeback for Tremonti to release that first, and then just with the whole album, it fits so perfectly.
Yeah, so this was the first song that Tremonti wrote for this album. This was what he based his concept around, hence the title. But yeah, just this was such a great first single to release and made us very excited for this album. So you should definitely check out our review of the song.
Yes.
Which the link is down below.
I just love the fact that in this song you can really hear concept behind this song, like in the story. It's the good and the bad literally just talking to each other. You can hear it on the pre-chorus. You can hear it all throughout the song, and I think it's just a brilliant way to do the storytelling through the music.
Yes, and I mean, and that's what you want for a concept album. Yeah. And this song just adds a new dynamic to the band, to this album. It's just a really strong song, one of my favorites. And then we move on to Trust, which another killer track that starts off different from all the others. The verses are different from what we've ever heard him do before, and just really they just really get me these verses.
Dude, this song is definitely top 3. Yep. It's just got such a good message. It's got such emotion to it. And like Brandon said, it starts out like none other, and it really builds well off of that.
Yes.
This song has everything you want in a Tremonti song.
Except a solo.
Except a solo. I take that back. It doesn't have everything. It has everything minus one thing, which is...
It's fine without a solo.
It's fine, but it has the perfect opportunity.
It does. Yes. It really does.
But he goes for
the verses.
The woes.
The verses are just insane. I've never heard him sing like that before. I've never heard him like do those phrases. Yeah. But what I really appreciate about this concept album is when Ian said that it has a good message, you can listen to these songs without like understanding the full concept, and each song can have its message of its own, and you don't have to understand the story behind this to feel the songs, you know?
It's really great.
So after Trust, we go to Throw Them to the Lions.
Oh, God.
This is a straight up banger.
Yes.
Oh, God.
This is a banger.
This is a classic Tremonti banger.
With a riff that still just is so different.
It's classic Tremonti, but oh my God, is it new?
Yes.
Like
it's fresh.
Yeah. It's something you won't hear in any other Tremonti project ever.
And the chorus on this is great. So much aggression.
No, dude, this song comes out like right away, and you can just feel the aggression and the power behind every note that he hits and every note that he sings, especially when the chorus hits. You want to take your head and just smash it into a wall.
This song feels like the Flight of Fear at Kings Island when you speed off.
Yeah.
That's the song.
It really is. It just puts you right into the mix, dude.
Yeah. And just following that, Make It Hurt.
Oh my God.
This is one of the best songs on the album for me.
My favorite.
Again, just it's so unique.
Yep.
And it adds just each song just adds a new dimension and layer to this album and to the band. Like what a riff.
Yeah. And the chorus.
And the chorus
especially.
Yeah.
Especially with Eric's high playing on the to make it like more eerie and kind of have that volume and tone set for the whole song. Yes. It just makes it such a perfect song in my opinion.
Yeah.
This song is just, again, it fits really well. It's different. It's really exciting for a new song from Tremonti.
Oh, it's so kick-ass.
Yeah.
It's really good. And then after that, we go to one of the most exciting songs on this album, Traits.
Most exciting and definitely most different he's ever written.
Yes. This song comes right from left field. If you were fortunate enough to watch our reaction video, Evan and I's reaction when we listened to this song, 6/8 time.
Yeah.
The drums are great. The drums stand out to me on this song.
Yeah, but Garrett's drumming, like, for this song, the riff that he came up with, like, the off-place hi-hat hit, and it just sets the tone so much. Yes. And every build-up, right as the chord, when it goes, bam, 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 dude, it's so great.
Yeah.
And this is definitely one of Garrett's best drumming albums.
From Bringer of War to Trapes, they're just setting this bar so high.
Yep.
And my expectations are just going all over the place. I just get so excited when I hear this song and just.
Because you've never heard a little intro riff like that before. It's like haunting and menacing. It's
like
so
you
different.
Like outside of the concept of the album, when I first heard it, he says "traipse to the back of the wood," I just imagined like this little boy walking through a dark wooded area, and trees like 100 feet tall, and you see all these monsters around him, just like their eyes and their silhouettes.
It's a dark song.
It's very dark, and I love it.
But it's so great.
I read reviews of this album. Loudwire, Blabbermouth, some guy on the internet who did this, I can't remember the website, they don't talk about this song. How do you not discuss this song?
I don't know.
But you know what they did talk about?
After Traipse
comes Christian rock single, The First, The Last. I'm obviously not a fan of this song. I'll get into it after these two.
Yeah, I love the song. I personally love it just because of the emotion behind it, and it has a really good message, very uplifting message, and I love stuff like that coming from someone like Tremonti. Because you don't really get it often, so when it does happen, it can be either hit or miss, obviously, but it's still great, in my opinion.
He hasn't written a song like this before. This very radio-friendly rock song. But I do really enjoy this song. I love the melody in the chorus. The guitar is, like, super simple, but, like, overall... And I feel like the song could be better if there was a solo at the end, which he has opportunities to, but he leaves it out, which is fine.
Because he said he didn't want to focus on that kind of stuff.
And that's fine. But I feel like it would have lifted this song up a bit.
Maybe.
This is easily for me the weakest song on the album compared to every one of the others, even found.
Yeah, I could see that.
This type of rock music has never been my favorite. This song feels like Get Out from that Shinedown album we reviewed. It just completely takes me out of the album. It loses all of the momentum that it had, even though it's a ballad. I get that, but just all of everything that was built up just drops for me when I hear this.
If you had it in a different place, because I mean it comes right after Traipse. If it was in a different place, like you so desperately wish Dear God was on Avenged Sevenfold self-titled, would it be different for you?
No, because the song just doesn't work for me. All the others, he's changing up the sound, and I love that. I love when bands do that. Changing it up here, but it's not. It doesn't work.
It goes back to Creed.
Not even Creed can do this.
No.
Not even Creed had. This is a straight up Christian rock song. I don't know. It's not a bad song. I'm not saying it's a terrible song. To me, I just don't like it. It doesn't vibe with me. It takes me out of the album. But I will give him credit for changing things up.
Yeah.
I'll give him credit for making a new song. Still making every song on this album sound different.
Yeah.
But I just don't like it.
After we hit the first to last, move on to a good rebound song to get back into the heavy. A Lot Like Sin.
This song's a banger, dude. It takes you back to like Dust and Cauterize a little bit. Sticks with that pretty similar or pretty standard chorus for Tremonti.
The formula. He went back to... Yeah.
It's still really good. I love what he does with this song. Mm-hmm. The instrumental is great.
Yeah, the instrumental is very great.
I like the initial riff on here, but then again, it feels very formulaic to me. This is just, the Tremonti song that the album needed.
Yeah.
Especially for me. Like, it just kind of picked things back up again. But it's not one of those songs that I'd come back to all the time. Just because it sounds so much like everything else, rather than the rest of the songs on this album being so different and standing out. This song just kind of hides in the shadows a bit for me, but is what the album needed. It's exactly what it needed.
Yeah. I love the chorus, though.
It's
you're a lot like sin.
It's so catchy. Even though it is a standard Tremonti formula song, it still fits the album pretty damn well.
Yeah.
And then we go to what is possibly the heaviest song on this album, The Day When Legions Burned.
I'd say so, that riff.
Yeah, I don't know. When it comes to heavy on the album, the only two songs I think of are, like, heaviest, I should say. Yes, The Day When Legions Burned, but also Throw Them to the Lions. Those two.
Yeah, those
Throw Them
two
to-
are-
I
I'm not
know,
denying
but
that.
in my opinion, I think Throw Them to the Lions is a lot heavier. Yes, this is more just banging, and it's faster paced. It's just faster tempo.
Yeah.
But I think Throw Them to the Lions is a lot heavier. Going back to The Day When Legions Burn, though, holy hell.
Yeah.
It just smacks you right in the butt, dude. Comes in with that, dude. Oh my god! From start to finish, this song is just like a huge adrenaline rush.
Yeah, it's so exciting.
It's like a mix of thrash and speed
Yes.
metal in there. Especially that riff is
Yeah.
something he hasn't
Yeah.
done yet, which is just, again, adds a new dimension.
Yep.
Very new.
Something new he's never done before.
Yep. It's
This
great.
album is so inventive.
Then we move on to what was released as the last single, As the Silence Becomes Me, or Ian's Wet Dream.
Yeah.
And this song starts off. Whoa. This song, I love how it starts off. Very unique picking. Very just unique sound overall so far. And I love the chorus, but there comes a point. There comes a point in this song where it just gets a little too long for me. And I don't know exactly what it is. Maybe it's just the chorus is very long to me. If you just took out, one chorus, it'd be a little more concise for me and a much more enjoyable listen. However, that doesn't mean it's an awful song. That doesn't mean I hate it. I like this song quite a bit. I just wish it were a little shorter because it kind of drags on a little bit for me and I lose interest.
I just wish he kind of changed things up just a tad bit
Yeah.
more than he does. But yeah, I completely agree with that. It just goes on a little too long. Kind of loses interest a little bit. I don't know. Still a really good song. Different. I didn't think it needed to be a single.
Yeah.
This song is everything in a Tremonti ballad, Tremonti song, everything. I love this song so much. I love it for the instrumentation, the lyricism, the performance, the meaning behind it. Take away the concept, the meaning behind the song hits home big time, and this song is just everything I've ever wanted in a song.
We move on to a much lighter track.
Yeah,
Very unexpected track.
You
Yes.
go from like low down depressed to like whoa.
This song was released as the second single. I'm of course referring to Take You With Me. This just caught me off guard when I first heard it.
It was a very, very different approach to everything we've heard before. Too happy for Tremonti. The first time we heard it, because I mean it's the radio single. Besides the first, the last.
Yeah.
The first to
if-
last is the true radio
The
single.
true.
If you
Go
if-
on K-Love, and you will hear the first, the last, every single minute.
Oh my god, this song is the true radio single here. Sure, it's heavier, but I mean it's got the same stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not I'm not saying it's a bad song, because I love this song.
Me too.
Absolutely love it. When Evan will share his experience, but when I heard it for the first time, I was getting ready for work, and I'm like, oh, new Tremonti single dropped today. So I texted them, I put in my earbuds, and I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yep. I was walking in between classes with my earbuds in, smiling down the hallways because I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was just like, this can't be Tremonti. This isn't his sound at all.
Yep.
But oh my god,
Yeah.
he does this so well.
It was so
Yeah.
good.
The solo's great. The bridge, the breakdown is fantastic. This is probably one of my favorite. This is top 3 on this album for me. Mark Tremonti and Eric Friedman's harmonies in this song they work so well together.
Yeah.
I ship them so much. Yeah.
Yeah, so much chemistry in this song.
Yes.
The first time I heard it, I was just sitting outside of class and I was like, "This is great. This is
This
something
is,
new.
yeah.
This is what I want."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, this is No Way Back by the Foo Fighters."
Yeah.
But this just makes this album ending. It makes you expect that it's going to be happy.
Yeah.
And I like how it kind of throws you aloof if you're listening
Yeah.
to the album for the first time. It's so weird because usually you don't release a single that's on the back half of the record.
Yeah.
He released 2 of them. Then we move on to Desolation, another just fantastic track. I absolutely love the feel to the song. I love the strings that get in there, and I love the change up. I love the instrumental shift. It just works so well.
Tumbleweeds going through.
Our reaction to this song was really good.
Yeah. It's always good when a song makes you paint a descriptive
oh my god,
picture.
this song, like the whole thing just reminds me of the Wild West, and I don't know why, but it does.
Yeah. What do you think of the song?
It's fantastic. Yeah. If anything can remind you of the Wild West, it's fantastic. Just putting that out there.
Desolation, this song blew me away because it starts off different, and it builds into this chorus, and it's fine. But then after that chorus, completely changes it up with this heavy pounding riff, and I'm like, what? And then it goes into this like fast. Oh my god! It changes songs basically in the middle of this song. It's awesome.
Instrumental shifts, man, they're great.
Yeah.
So we're right here. Right? We're all here. We're like, so Found, huh? It's 4 minutes long.
This is gonna be
that's the length of
a
song.
But
that's the length of a
3.5.
a really standard Tremonti song. We're right here. Starts off quiet. Starts off different.
Very
like
different.
every song on here. And we're ready. We're like,
my god.
we're like this. We're like, all right, this is new. But then something happens.
The drums kick in.
The drums kick in, and we're like, okay, what's gonna happen?
Yes, but they're faded out, very reverbed in the background.
We understand that.
But wait, 2 minutes pass.
Oh my god.
2 minutes pass, and we're like,
Hello?
all right, yeah. We're like, all right, hello, something, and nothing happens. But then I do enjoy. This is an instrumental, by the way, if you didn't know. It's very weird and different, which I enjoy. It starts off great, but these middle 2 minutes, there's just nothing there. But I absolutely love the sound that they pulled off at the end of this song. Super, like, lo-fi, super heavy, but lo-fi. I love that sound, and if they were to make a song out of that, that'd be great. If this were an interlude put in the middle of the album, that'd be so great.
Yes.
But this song is so underwhelming.
Yes.
Because it doesn't feel like an ending.
It's not a song!
It is a song.
No! It's an outro!
Yeah, an outro song.
It's not a song, though!
Yes, it is.
You wouldn't classify it as a song. They probably don't even classify it as a song.
Okay, this outro is so underwhelming.
There you go.
See, I agree with what you said. What I was expecting with this ending track, I was expecting, like, when it was building up to, like, that minute and the drums kick in, I was expecting him to go into a full song, like, just it blast out into a song. But then it just keeps going, and nothing's happening, and I'm like, well, okay. And I don't know. I wish it were shorter. If it were shorter and put, like, in the middle of the album.
Or even shorter and at the end. You know?
I don't know.
But
I kind of wished it would have gone into a song, but, I mean, if it's just an outro, then I just...
love the idea, love the
Shorter.
sounds, but nothing there for me.
When you go from Desolation to Found, okay, you got the cowboy in the saloon, you got the tumbleweed going by on Desolation. All of a sudden, you skip to the mission from Call of Duty 4, where the nuke goes off, and you're crawling on the ground, and you're just seeing everything wiped out, okay? Take that image, apply it to the concept of this story after that song like Desolation, and I think if you keep that in mind and you listen to it, you can really get the full experience of this outro. Because I think that this outro closes out the album so well. So well. I love it. I love the eerie thought of it. I love the emptiness, the wasteland type feel that it gives you. I love it all.
Yeah, me too. But it doesn't need to have 2 minutes of nothing in there.
I'm not saying...
Because I get that feel from the first part and the last part. I don't get that because I get bored in the middle 2 minutes. That's what we're missing here because I feel what you're feeling.
I mean,
I
okay.
get that image.
I mean, okay.
But that middle 2 minutes.
I mean, okay.
It fits very well, like, with the album. I understand why it's there and why it does a really good job painting a picture for you, but it just went on too long.
Yeah. And an underwhelming end to the album.
Not for me. Yes.
And Mark Tremonti said in an interview that the end of the album isn't the end of the story.
Yeah, more details in the book. So what'd you all like about this album?
Oh my god, everything. I loved all of the new instrumentation we got on this album. I loved all the different lyrics we got. The storytelling is phenomenal by Mark Tremonti. And everything, background vocals, drums, bass, every part of this album, I think, is grade A+ material.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely feel that they stepped it up a notch from Cauterize and Dust.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They definitely improved instrumentally. Vocally, Mark Tremonti is at his best, I feel like. This album is just new and exciting and different, and I am very much satisfied with the outcome of this album.
Yeah, I think, I love this different, refreshing, and new feel that we're getting here with this album. It's what I wanted after Cauterize and Dust. I wanted something new, I wanted something different, and he delivered on that, and I absolutely love how he did that. And loving the sound, loving the instrumentals, loving the performances, especially Mark Tremonti's vocals.
Yeah.
The chemistry here is very prevalent, and just I love how they took some risks. Like Trapes, that's a risk. Found, that's a risk.
Yeah.
The First to the Last, that's a risk.
Yeah.
I love how he took those risks. He wasn't afraid to go that way.
Yep.
These guys are just, they're set. Like, yeah, they're not the most known. I mean, Mark Tremonti is one of the most known guitarists, ever. Yeah. But, I memean, Tremonti, the project, I think, in my opinion, is making some of the best metal music out there today.
Yes.
And it's so saddening to not see him get what he deserves for all of this A+ material.
What I didn't like, the only things I didn't like were the First to Last, and that just, some songs just could have been better. A solo here and there, a new direction here and there, take out a part. But other than that,
less woes and O's.
That's the weird thing about this album. He never really did woes and O's, but with this, he put it in there.
Yeah.
Again, a risk. I suppose.
I think that was his approach to not being flashy with this album.
Yeah.
Solo wise and stuff like that.
Yeah, but again, this is a really, really good album.
Mm-hmm.
Those negatives are so tiny. Besides the First to Last.
I totally agree with Brandon on that. Like, I feel like every song is good in their own way, but me personally, if I were to say, make this top of the notch, I would have added a few things here and there. I would have, changed things up a little bit for a few songs. But overall, this album is just top of the line.
Yeah. So what would you grade it?
I'm going to give this album an A. I don't think it's A+ material. I think All I Was, I enjoy overall all of the songs on All I Was. But with The Dying Machine, there's just a few songs here and there that I'm just about.
Yeah.
And I don't go back to all the time.
Yeah. I'm giving this album
an
A+.
A+.
This and All I Was definitely his two best albums. If I had to compare the two A+, Dying Machine, All I Was, yeah, we'll do about right there. Yeah, right there. All I Was is still a more well put together album. I think so, because everything flows perfectly, and I think everything does with A Dying Machine too. It's just appeal to me at this point with those two.
I'm gonna give this an A-. I think this is most of this is his best work, obviously, but I'm not giving it an A+ just because of those negatives.
Yeah.
And also, why I think All I Was is an A+ is because I like every song. I think all the songs flow. I can listen to all the songs and not get tired of them.
Yep.
With this, I don't like all the songs. I can't go back to all of them. And, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
But it's such a fantastic album. But what are your top 3 tracks?
I don't know if I have an order for these yet, but I'll list them off. Bringer of War, Take You With Me, and Desolation. Top 3 tracks right there. So good.
Top 3 tracks from 1 to 3. As the Silence Becomes Me, Make It Hurt, and Trust.
Yeah. I've got Trapes at number 1, Bringer of War at 2, and It's such a toss-up with this last one.
Yeah.
Probably A Dying Machine at 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, what'd you guys think?
Do you agree with us? Do you disagree? Please let us know.
Yeah. Catch us next time.
Thanks for watching.
Bye. Have a good time.